When you're smiling,
when you're smiling,
and the whole world smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, you're laughing. When the sun comes shining through. When you're crying.
1957 was a big year. The Russians put that Sputnik into outer space. The Dodgers played their last game at Ebbets Field and said goodbye to Brooklyn. That guy, he shot Frank Costello in the head and missed. And the Gallo brothers whacked Albert Anastasia in that barbershop in the Park Sheraton Hotel. It was total chaos. With Anastasia out of the way, Vito Genovese figures he's the big boss. But Carlo Gambino and Joe Bananas, they had other ideas. So they called a meeting. A big meeting. It was the first time the whole commission was ever going to meet face to face. Bosses and wise guys were coming in from all over the country, and all the New York families, too. Maybe 50 bosses, the whole wise guy world, all coming to this little town upstate. My father went up there with Don Manetta and Tommy D, Fat Tommy. He was running the family at the time. I don't know what anybody was thinking, but some asshole thought it would be a good idea to have this meeting at Joe Barbara's farm, somewhere up in the country, nice and quiet.
Get away from the car. Want to be a fucking ribeye? Get away from the car.
Turns out the local cops were watching Joe Barbara like a fucking hawk, and some deputy sheriff notices all the traffic and calls the feds.
When you're laughing, you bring on the joy. Be happy. You gotta groove, my boy. When you're smiling, keep on smiling.
The meeting never even got started. The feds moved in, and bingo, the bosses, they moved out. My father and Dominic, they hid out in the field with some hay or corn, some kind of foliage, I don't know. Then along comes this farmer, so Dominic starts bullshitting the guy while my father hauls out this 44 cannon he used to carry and hijacks the goddamn tractor. The story is they drove it all the way back to Bensonhurst, but my father told me they only got as far as Poughkeepsie. Anyway, Carlo Gambino, he came out of a capital to the cop, boss of all bosses, and that was the last time this whole commission ever tried to meet. Until now. I don't know, I don't like it. What do we gotta have a meeting for? Let everybody else worry about their own business.
Oh, the 57 meeting was about how we're going to divide this country. This meeting is how we're going to survive. You got made guys informing for the feds. Bosses are going to jail. People are getting whacked without permission. And on top of everything else, you got these Chinese and these crazy Russians to deal with. Everything's changing. We got to change with the times.
What are we going to get, a fucking website?
Hey, when your papa died, I made him a promise that I'd always look out for you. I want you to come to that meeting with me. Chabish. Listen, this guy 3 months ago, you watch out for him. He's a scumbag. Keep your eye on him, okay?
We got a toothpick. Be right there.
All right.
him that I needed room to grow and to find myself as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just as a woman, but as an independent entity. And then I told him that I needed to get in touch with my uniqueness, but he could not handle that. He said that I was driving him away. He said I was driving him away. Do you think I was driving him away, Dr. Sobel?
Caroline, things end. It's just a part of life. It's how we deal with things ending that's important.
I just cannot believe that it's over between me and Steve, you know? I mean, maybe there's still hope.
Well, he did take out a restraining order against you, and I have to be honest, that's usually not a good sign.
But what should I do?
Well, the first thing that I think that you should do is to stop whining about this pathetic loser, for Christ's sakes.
You are a tragedy queen. Steve doesn't like me. Steve doesn't respect me. Who gives a shit? Get a fucking life!
Dr. Sobel?
Yes, I was just reflecting on your whole situation. It's very interesting what you were saying. So I want you to think about it.
Okay.
And I'm going to think about it. So we'll both think about it.
Okay.
And we will continue next week when I get back from my vacation.
Oh.
Caroline, what are you feeling?
You're just like Steve. You just wanna get rid of me and throw me out.
Now, Caroline, you know that's not true.
Yes, it's true.
I am going to see you next week, whereas Steve never wants to see you again.
Please, Mr. VD, I told him I don't know nothing, but they don't believe me. Because at one time I said little Joe hit Dookie, and it turned out he didn't. But I didn't know because little Joe, he looked just like that.
Shut the fuck up! You know me, right?
Yeah, Mr. VD.
You know what I'm gonna do to you if you lie to me, right?
You're gonna crack me on the head with that pipe.
It's a rhetorical question, you fucking idiot. I'm gonna ask you one time and one time only. Who killed Dominic? Who killed Dominic?
I don't know.
Who killed Dominic?
I swear to God.
Don't fucking lie up! You little motherfucker! Who killed him? You don't know nothing. Forget it.
Well, that was relatively painless.
Shut the fuck up!
That hurt.
Look at this. We're not going anywhere. We have sat here for 10 minutes. We're so late. I hate being late. I hate walking into that house late.
Dad, relax.
Well,
I think you're reacting like this because you're mad that we have to go to Grandpa's party.
please don't analyze me, okay?